What does having someone like Adam back involved say about how XCE is being viewed within the Bitcoin community?
Well, Adam Back's one of the most prominent Bitcoin Treasury or Bitcoin company investors in the space. He was named in the original white paper for Bitcoin, and he was credited with designing the proof of work mechanism that backs the network. Now, Adam's preparing for a NASDAQ listing with a SPAC called BSTR that's holding 35,000 Bitcoin. So he's a very serious investor, and I think when you look at our board, we have a strong board as well that send the signal to both the Bitcoin community and institutional investors who are learning about the asset, interested in the asset, that we have that 4-year history and proof of work that has meant that I've built a network up over that time that trusts me to deliver. And also, from Adam's perspective, he looked at this as one of the first opportunities for a traditional business to grow as a result of a Bitcoin balance sheet. There are other people on the board, like Richard Byworth's a pioneer in Bitcoin, first Bitcoin denominated hedge fund in Switzerland, holding 5,000 Bitcoin. You've got Sam Roberts as non-exec chairman from Cartwright, who advised the first British pension fund allocation to Bitcoin. And you have Vijay Selvam, who is ex-Goldman Sachs head of governance, but is also reporting into two of the world's most famous Bitcoiners and a NASDAQ listed digital assets exchange. So we've built a very strong team, and we have a very strong network as well.
How does your company structure give you the flexibility to do acquisitions without heavy cash outlay and still create value for shareholders?
Similar to how it allows us to attract high revenue generating talent to the operating business, in that we can bring companies into the group, efficiencies of scale, but also allow them to. The problem it solves is executive recruitment companies that are privately owned very rarely do competitors acquire competitors, and very rarely do mergers happen in the industry, and very rarely do private equity companies come in and buy businesses and have a successful 5, 8, 10-year outlook. The solution we provide to companies and business owners in our space is that they can join the group and we can do a 3, 5, 7, 10-year equity-based earnout that limits the cash spend for the business and means that they have to provide A, their cash reserves at the start, but B, ongoing EBITDA, cash flow, profit into the top co business in order to earn performance-based equity linked to the success of their business over that period of time.
You're also building a Bitcoin-focused executive recruitment division. What demand are you seeing from Bitcoin companies and from traditional firms?
There's a huge opportunity in the Bitcoin space for executive level recruitment. So we've been approached and we've signed deal with a Bitcoin investment fund looking for chief investment officer, looking for vice presidents of client relationships, and those processes are ongoing now. We're in talks with a number of different innovative firms and also businesses that you would consider traditional in Bitcoin. So we can provide services for the Bitcoin mining businesses looking for CFO level talent. We can provide services for those startup innovative businesses within the large venture capital players in this space who are looking for full boards and senior level executive appointments to prepare the business for fast-paced growth and solidify the team for the future. But what we're seeing there now, where it's very Bitcoin focused, may change over the next 5 to 10 years, as I believe you will start seeing traditional businesses like ourselves and more traditional investment companies looking at the asset and wanting to ensure that they make senior level appointments who have an experience of the asset, an understanding of the asset, and can strategically guide their businesses into using the asset as a corporate reserve asset or a corporate medium of exchange or collateral in the future. And that covers a number of different industries. You think about banking and you think about insurance and you think about traditional investment funds. They're all going to need that expertise over the next 5, 10, 15 years. So we want to build a platform where those in traditional roles who have a passion for the asset can look to move into the space, and also for those businesses looking for talent who understand the asset to find credible, experienced and verified talent to join traditional companies as well. That's into the long term.
Over the next year, what should investors be watching most closely, and how do you ultimately want the markets to think about valuing XCE?
Want the markets to value XCE as a combination of a growing operating business and a Bitcoin balance sheet with a Treasury strategy. So on the Bitcoin balance sheet side of the business, it's Bitcoin yield. We're currently at 345%. We've moved the Bitcoin held from 9.27 to 41.35 Bitcoin held. And an important measure for investors is the average purchase price in which we've paid. We have quite a low average purchase price right now at $80,000. So that's what they'll look at on the Bitcoin side. And on the operating side, they'll be looking at our revenues, our profits, our cash flows. But importantly, and I suppose in the detail, it's who are we hiring, the background of the people that we're hiring, and the markets in which we are developing within that business, because it's sector agnostic and scalable. So if we're hiring people from the investment banking background, that might be interesting to some investors. But we're going to be really clear with our communication to the marketplace and updates on the progress as we go.